I don't even know what vlog it is. It's the afternoon. It's almost 2:30. Like you see, it's starting to get dark, and Albert, he's coming up for me. Okay? We don't have any bribes out here. They have all been eaten. No bribes for Albert. But today is a rough day. Like, it's a really challenging day, and I mean, I'm pretty used to having rough days, like with chronic pain and constant fever and all of that. You sort of get used to it in a way. But days like this, where I have very little mental strength, it's even like that's almost worse than days where you have a lot of pain. Well, for me, it is anyway. If I have a lot of pain, I can still do things, I can still think clearly and all of that. But today, everything is hard. Getting out of bed is hard, and making food is hard. Getting out of the door is like all of those mundane, everyday things is just takes so much. So I am trying to be nice, especially after I was talking to my talk lady yesterday, saying like, remember, you could have a bad reaction to the medicine before it actually starts working, so be extra nice. So I'm trying to be that. So this morning I've done some knitting, and then I just laid on the sofa. I was really tired. I didn't fall asleep, but I didn't do anything either. And then we had lunch, and then we have been out. And I was going to say out walking, but I'm walking to the end of the field and then back again, and in a way I feel like it's the saddest excuse ever because it takes 5 minutes, and that's because we are stopping and smelling all the branches. But at the same time, I'm trying to say, like, the thing is, I'm getting out. Like, I'm actually getting out, I'm getting air. So, and just acknowledging it's hard today, and I'm doing my absolute best. So now, while I'm still like feeling like I can sit upright, I would really like to do some painting, because I haven't done that in quite some time. And I have a few colors that I've made, and I was going to release them before Christmas, and obviously that did not happen. But they're still perfectly fine, nice colors that I have worked on and that I would like to add into the shop later. So, and I have an idea that I came up with in the middle of the night when I was awoken by my hip, as one does. So I would like to do that. I've also got my mail, so I have a bill here. And actually, I think this is my union fee for working part-time in the city. And we're coming up soon on like a year since I've actually had a shift. But I'm still paying my union fee because I'm a good Swede, so union fee. Well, yeah, the whole, like, I don't know how big the thing is with Tesla in other countries, but here you don't mess with the unions. You do not. It's not good. Oh, anyway, I also have this. This is like expensive, pretty yarn. In my defense, I bought it, I think it was Black Friday, so it was quite some time ago. It was. But and in a way I'm like, oh, that's a lot of money for yarn, especially now. And then I'm like, you know what, I don't care. And especially today, I got 2 colors. They're just colors, and then it's a texture set. Looks like this. So these are all on the that are sock yarn. So we have Melon, which is like a neon coral. And then this Purple Rain don't have any color names, they just potluck. But I saw this with this lavender and then that same melon color. I love that so much. And then we have, let's see, this is 50-gram kid mohair. And it almost looks like it's that silk. It's like a glowing. Yeah. So, I'm not sure, but I think these look so nice together. Depending on a little bit what's happening, but I'm kind of seeing like a big shawl in these lovely rich colors. But I would also like a hat in this one. I think that would be really nice. So, I'm not sure, but I think a shawl would look amazing in this. I'm going to pay my union bill and then I'm going to set up the camera and we can do some painting.
Let's do a voiceover, shall we? Yeah, I'm just going to start by talking about the project because why not? I'm going to use some sea white watercolor paper from a pad because I used up my watercolor sketchbook. I know, it's unheard of. Partly it's used up. Well, it's not unheard of because I have used up quite a few, but I haven't bought any new ones because I don't know what I want. So I'm just working on loose leaf and it feels really weird. So anyway, I thought I was going to start off by just swatching the colors I was talking about before. The white one is extremely good on this white paper, I have to say. But yeah, so I wanted to do a first swatch so you can see how they look with the paint straight from the pan. And then I want to do another one when the water has been sitting a bit. And I'm eating Satsuma. I'm sorry, Julia, really? The editing? But these are the colors I've been working on, and they have a sort of a spicy theme. So the working names I'm having for them now is pepper, which is the one on top, and then I have cinnamon, and the yellow one is saffron, and then the white one, the brilliant white one, I've called sugar. So you can see I had like this sort of spicy idea before Christmas. So I'm not sure if I will keep the spice names or if I will make something else up. But that's the working names I've given them. And yeah, so especially pepper, the one on top, I really wanted to get a brown cookie color that really has a lot of granulation and that really looks a little bit, not burned, but you get that sort of really dark speckles in it. I think you will see it closer up later on because obviously my swatching is amazing over here. Also, the white one is not like a pure white. I wanted to have a tiny bit of warmth to it and then some shimmer, but you will see that better later on. So my idea that I had during the night was to illustrate a song. I have been doing this quite a lot lately. That's what I've been getting my inspiration from. But one of the songs that we sing traditionally for Christmas is about a baker, particularly a sugar baker, and he has in his windows stuff made from gingerbread, and among them are horses. So I thought it would be really fun to make a page or a little artwork where you see the outside of the bakery, looking into it, and there's hanging these gingerbread horses in the window, and you can sort of see to the front of the shop. So that was my idea. So I'm starting off with like a little testing page where I'm swatching the colors and doing a little bit of different horses and how big I want them. Here I'm using the cinnamon color to draw in the horse, and I'm using masking fluid just to conserve the white that will later be the frosting. And starting on the horses. So I just did 6 squares and then drew my horses and then went over with masking fluid. You can see I have plenty of it. And here I have used the color pepper on the horses and then just using Marie to do the outside of the house.
The plan was to head into town today for a little celebration of my brother-in-law. But I just partly have no energy, and also with my new cold, I did not feel it very nice to spend time in their tiny apartment. Well, it's not a tiny apartment. They haven't moved. It's a nice apartment. But with my sister, she is half pregnant. No, she is halfway in her pregnancy. And she has a little problem with asthma and that kind of stuff. And I don't know if I just have a normal cold that would be like whatever, and she has better immune system than I have. But I don't feel like taking that risk, especially like close to Christmas and everything. No, I think I'll stay away and we can meet, because at Christmas we are outside, so that's like. But yeah, like if it was just her asthma, like, but with a baby, I don't know. So yeah, I'm staying here and I'm coughing it here. So I don't know. Anyway, I did go out. I did do some painting. I didn't finish my vision, but you know, that's that's the way it is. I painted until I just didn't have more energy, and I just like, okay, it's done. I need to go inside. I think this is how normal people manage their energy levels. They're like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to quit now. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm tired. I better keep going. So, yeah. But the knitting I have done today is a new project. Oh, quelle surprise. And it is using the Drops Air in the dark green that I think I mentioned before. And I want to make a cardigan of that. But I ordered more in this yarn, but in a different color, to finish my vest that is halfway done. And when I was doing that, I was okay. So the thing is, I make handmade watercolors. Yes, we know, and I have this combo of Draco and Britta that is just lovely. So Draco is like a deep forest green, and Britta is a muted pink with sparkles in it. And I just feel like they were a match made in heaven. So I'm like, I want to make this dark green cardigan, but having a little bit of color work in that sort of muted pink color with some sparkly stuff in it. I think that can look amazing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to order a few different pink tones, because it's also really hard to decide colors online. Anyway, so I haven't got those new ones. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do as much as I can right away. So I've done all of the ribbing, and then I was like, oh yeah, I want the color work around like the cuffs and around the bottom of the cardigan, because it's a V-shaped cardigan. And the next thing after you've done all the ribbing is to start knitting up. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to have the color work. So it's all done. Like I can just get started whenever I get the yarn. But for now, I just have a lot of ribbing. I do love starting new projects. So hopefully by the time the new yarn gets here, I have a cardigan and a vest to do. So, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want to jinx myself and like lose steam on these projects. So yeah. But that's what I've been doing. I've been painting gingerbread horses. I started painting gingerbread horses and knitting ribbing. So the only thing I can say is that I really love this yarn. It's so soft and I love this color. This is 19 forest green, drops air, and it just, it also has a bit of a stick in it. Right now I feel like everything is like yarn based. All the things that excites me apart from watercolor is yarn, and I'm like, okay, you know what, fine, if I can find happiness in yarn, I think that is completely okay. There's much worse things to find happiness in or joy out of, and I'm not hurting anybody doing this, so all perspective, I think, when I pay the bills. So anyway, I'm going to take my poodle up with me up to the loft for an early night, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.